Businessman and fellow entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy met with legislators behind closed doors to discuss President-elect Donald Trump's plans to cut government spending. Trump has named Musk and Ramaswamy as co-leaders of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Although the office has a purely advisory role, its influence was clearly visible. As Musk and Ramaswamy strode into the Capitol, Republican Speaker Mike Johnson touted a new day in America.
Massive push for reforms and sweeping cuts to government spending and personnel. Now, to be clear, DOGE is not a new government agency. It has no statutory authority, but if its recommendations are able to win over enough members of Congress or the president himself, its work could make some serious waves in Washington. Musk and Ramaswamy have already laid out some ambitious goals for DOGE, like finding ways to cut $2 trillion from the federal budget, massive cuts for the federal workforce, and the elimination of independent agencies like the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Republican senators emerged from their meetings with open minds, saying they're receptive to the initial ideas floated by Musk and Ramaswamy today.
I think there's a lot of excitement, and he's very knowledgeable and open to suggestions. He came to listen, and I came to listen, so it was a good session.
I think we're just exchanging ideas right now, and you've got a group of reform-minded people, so I'm excited about the opportunities that lie ahead.
This is the very beginning of a process that, if we do it right, will be ongoing. So now we're just talking about the art of the possible, kind of the metes and bounds of things that we can do quickly, things that will take a longer time, require enabling legislation, but it was a good discussion.
And on the House side, Speaker Mike Johnson appeared equally eager to work with the DOGE.
What? We're all excited. I know you're all excited that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have joined us today. This is an important day. It's the beginning of a journey. You've heard what DOGE is all about, the Department of Government Efficiency. It's a new thing, and this is a new day in Washington and a new day in America. We have long lamented the size and scope of the government, that it has grown too large. And let me be frank about this. Government is too big, it does too many things, and it does almost nothing well. And the taxpayers deserve better. They deserve a more responsive government, a more efficient government, one that is leaner and more focused on its primary objectives. And that's the opportunity that we have here now. We believe it's an historic moment for the country, and these two gentlemen are going to help navigate through this exciting new day. It is the first, again, as I said, of a long series of meetings that will be held as we're laying the groundwork for the new year and the new Congress. And you're going to see a lot of change around here and in Washington and the way things are run. We need to make government more efficient. And that is what this whole objective is. That's what the DOGE effort will be about. And you're going to see a bicameral cooperation, and it will be, by the way, bipartisan. What you're going to see here, the overriding theme here, is a return to common sense and a return to accountability and efficiency in government. I think that's going to serve the people well. Well, there was a report that came out today. I don't know if you all have seen it, but someone did a little survey of how many federal employees are actually working in the office. By one estimate, it may be about 1% if you don't count the security personnel that are covering these buildings. That is absurd. And it's not something the American people would stand for. And so one of the first things that I think you'll see is a demand from the new administration and from all of us in Congress that federal workers return to their desks and get back to the work that they're supposed to.
I thought the meeting went fantastic. It was exactly what we were looking for, a question and answer session with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. They were gracious with their time. Many of the members, pretty much almost all of them, lined up at 3 mics and went through the process of expressing their concerns, their frustrations, also talking about bills that they have sponsored and their ideas of how we can truly tackle this massive deficit, cut spending, and lower inflation.
What was the number one concern expressed in there?
The biggest concern is our debt. And as a country, it doesn't matter where you fall on the political divide. This debt is going to crush every single one of us. And to quote Elon, he said something extremely important. Every single payment that the federal government pays out, we need to be checking those payments to see if they're legitimate. And that's something that hasn't been done. I don't know if it's ever been done. There's a massive amount of waste, fraud, and abuse that we have.
I think it's a lot of excitement. I think that they have a bold vision. I think that they're going to
November 6th, Donald Trump took the stage in Florida, a victorious moment with family, allies and advisors by his side. The moment was electric, history in the making. But amidst the cheers and flashing lights, one figure stood out taller than the rest, Baron Trump.
We have Baron home, he's watching. That Baron is watching, he's the king of the internet.
It was Trump's night, but there was one person towering over everyone at the Republican campaign headquarters on result night. Baron Trump, 6 feet 8 inches tall. The youngest in the Trump clan is the silent strategist who shifted the election stride in favor of his father. His father to make podcast appearances that would strike a chord with the younger voters. From candid conversations with comedians to appearances on popular online shows, Baron's recommendations helped Donald Trump connect with Gen Z and millennials in a big way. In one of his final rallies in the swing state of North Carolina, Trump revealed how Baron advises him.
Dad, just take it easy now. You just take it easy, Dad, all right? You don't have to go too much here. He gives me good, he's very wise.
To win young male votes in the US election. So how did Donald Trump's youngest son become the most influential 18-year-old on the planet? Newsline Plus decodes. As his campaign progressed earlier this year, Trump set his sights on wooing young male voters. Surrounded by an array of middle-aged men, Trump looked towards his youngest son Baron for fresh perspective. According to a report by Time, when Trump's campaign advisor Alex Bruesewitz called him to discuss a list of podcasts for him to appear on, Trump stopped him in his tracks. He said, "Have you talked it over with Baron? Call Baron and let me know what he thinks." Bruesewitz then contacted Baron, who along with his influencer best friend Bo Ludon, helped the Trump campaign through the realm of social media. Together, they finalized a list of young podcasters who were widely popular among Gen Z and sympathetic towards the Make America Great Again movement. Which podcast did Trump appear on? Baron particularly liked live streamer Aiden Ross, who is known to invite celebrities to his live streams and play video games with them. Donald Trump appeared on the Aiden Ross live stream in August, leading to an array of appearances with other popular social media personalities after the live stream raked up millions of views. In the following weeks, Trump appeared on a range of YouTube podcasts with Logan Paul, Theo Von, the Nelk Boys, and most recently Joe Rogan, who is the most viewed podcast channel in the world. Trump praised his son at the Madison Square Garden rally by saying Barron is the king of the internet, while adding,
we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. Let me also express my tremendous appreciation for Susie and Chris, the job you did. Susie, come here. Come here, Susie. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay sort of in the back, let me tell you. The Ice Maiden, we call her the Ice Maiden. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background. Come here, say something.
This wasn't expected, but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It was a great one, and he's a hell of a candidate, and he's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. And this team that we had, the best team, and, of course, even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Susie. Look at her, she's shot. I've never seen her be shot before. Susie, they're great. Everybody up here is great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, who did you say?
By 90%, the lowest level in 45 years. Deportations rose to the highest level ever, including historic numbers of illegal alien gang members and criminals. Let's remember, we got over 2 million known gotaways. How many of them came from a country that sponsored terrorism? God help us.
This kind of waste, fraud, abuse, bureaucratic bloat, we're going for the stuff that's basic common sense that most Americans actually agree on. And I hope we're going to actually be able to help unite the country by eliminating waste, which is something that all Americans, regardless of partisan affiliation, can get behind. And that's how Elon and I are thinking about it.
Well, that was Vivek Ramaswamy touting the new Department of Government Efficiency that he and Elon Musk will be running. Now, also known as DOGE, this temporary agency will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive structural government change from outside the government. Now, they put out their first messaging on X yesterday, writing this: working overtime to ensure your tax dollars will be spent.
Elon Musk in Trump Sarkar 2.0. Musk and Ramaswamy to lead DOGE. Trump's A-team to shock bureaucracy. Can DOGE dismantle the deep state? Musk and the White House, top focus on 5 Live.
President-elect Donald Trump is dropping banger after banger as he lines his cabinet for his second administration. The inauguration of Trump 2.0 is in January, but he's already naming the people who will align themselves with executing the Trump brand of politics, not just in the United States, but the world over. But among the big announcements, here's the very latest. It came in early this morning, and boy, has it sent shockwaves. Donald Trump, in case you missed it, has picked one of the world's most controversial and polarizing billionaire tycoons, Elon Musk, and Indian-origin politician who dropped out of the presidential race to support and endorse Trump, Vivek Ramaswamy, to lead what he's calling DOGE. Well, not the Bitcoin, not the cryptocurrency, but Department of Government Efficiency. These two men, Vivek and Elon, will be wielding a giant axe, a giant sledgehammer, a giant weapon, whatever you want to call it, in order to smash bureaucracy in the United States, cut down regulations and federal structures, and in effect shrink what the Republicans have always felt is just way too much government, too many officials, too many bodies, too many ministries, too many departments, too many rules, too many regulations, too much government in everybody's face. It's been the dream of the right for a very long time. And by naming someone like Elon Musk, who's had a big part to play in this election, and someone like a Vivek Ramaswamy, who has the administrative experience to actually lead what Trump considers to be one of his flagship tasks and mandates, which is to drain the swamp and to shrink the government, he has signaled that he truly means business. What it's going to look like going forward is anybody's guess, but for now, Trump has made a big move that sent shockwaves way beyond the United States. Take a look.
I will create a Government Efficiency Commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms. We need to do it. Can't go on the way we are now. And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force. Be interesting. If he has the time, that'd be a good one to do it. But he's agreed to do it.
Within a week of being re-elected, the president-elect of the United States, Donald Trump, is walking the talk. In an order issued on 12th November, Trump picked Tesla CEO Elon Musk and biotech company founder Vivek Ramaswamy to lead an effort to cut spending, eliminate regulations, and restructure federal agencies. Donald Trump said in the statement that Ramaswamy and Musk, the wealthiest person in the world presently, who oversees 6 companies, will now lead the newly minted Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, or D.O.G.E., an interesting play on the DOGE coin, the cryptocurrency Musk has frequently promoted online. DOGE will operate outside of the federal government and will work with the White House Office of Management and Budget to implement recommendations. Musk is not expected to become an official government employee, meaning he will likely be able to continue with his business empire. However, Musk and Ramaswamy have a deadline, that of the 4th of July 2026, when the US celebrates 250 years of independence to complete their work. The statement by Trump adds that a smaller, more efficient and less bureaucratic government will be the perfect gift to America on the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Musk has previously said that he is hopeful to cut federal spending by at least $2 trillion, a goal that analysts said would be difficult to achieve. In fiscal 2024, American government spent roughly $6.8 trillion. Musk has been vocal, attacking what he says is a giant bureaucracy, over-regulation and overlapping responsibilities. He has pointed at more than 450 federal government agencies which he blames for driving up waiting time and cost of the people.
All government spending is taxation. So whether it's direct taxation or all government spending, it either becomes inflation or it's direct taxation. Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that.
He has a big, beautiful, bright future ahead. Vivek Ramaswamy. Come on up, Vivek.
Indian origin Vivek Ramaswamy is another surgeon given the job of trimming the government fat. As a presidential candidate once, Ramaswamy made eliminating government waste a central part of his campaign. Among the agencies Ramaswamy called for eliminating was the Department of Education, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives.
And right now, we need to step up and fill that void with our own vision. Answer, what does it mean to be an American in the year 2024? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. It means we believe in merit, that the best person gets the job regardless of their skin color, that you get ahead in this country, not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. That's why we're done with the woke DEI agenda, bringing in meritocracy to America. It means we believe in the rule of law, and I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country.
In his first term, Trump imposed a mandate requiring federal agencies repeal 2 regulations for every new regulation they put forward. In September, he had said he will eliminate a minimum of 10 existing regulations for every new one proposed. But closing a federal agency is easier said than done. It would require action from the Congress and might be difficult even if Republicans maintain control of the House. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
A new government department named after a meme and a crypto coin. Something like this could only happen under the leadership of someone like Donald Trump, and if it involves someone like Elon Musk. Well, for all things considered, it has quaked America and the world. This is a team that believes in breaking existing structures. The big question is, how will Trump's cost-cutting czars, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, actually make the federal government of the United States more efficient? Musk hit the headlines with his Twitter purge, remember, where he fired 80% of Twitter employees after he bought the social media company for $44 billion in 2022. Will he apply the same playbook to the US government? Could he actually fire 80% of American bureaucrats or anywhere even remotely close to that figure? Take a look.
Most people think in order to make money in stock market, you need...
Work couldn't be more serious. For instance, the main task is going to be to streamline federal operations. That is going to be removing regulations, shutting down defunct organizations, reducing bureaucratic waste in the form of process reform, improving overall government efficiency, introducing a kind of business like Silicon Valley ethos to government operations so that flab and fat is completely done away with. Incorporate tech and data analytics into operations. This is where Elon Musk is going to play a very, very big role. Focus on innovation hubs and tech collaborations. So this is something that Donald Trump has repeatedly talked about. Bring in a kind of business mindset, a ruthless business mindset to the government, squeezing every bit of efficiency out of every single tax dollar. That is the kind of efficiency that Donald Trump is promising, and something that should be seen as one of the fantasies of the Republicans. Remove as much government as possible from every single citizen's life. Now, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to lead this charge. It is difficult, valuable companies, and that's one of the reasons why he's one of the most sought-after industrialists in the world. Take a look at the biggest companies that he runs. Tesla, obviously. There's SpaceX. There's Twitter, which he renamed X after he acquired it in 2022 for an amazing $44 billion. There's Neuralink, which is conducting cutting-edge, futuristic technology research. There's Starlink, which currently has some interest in trying to come into India. It's a satellite-based internet company. And then there's the Boring Company. These are just a handful of the companies that Elon Musk has either founded or currently owns. Now, a quick look at Elon Musk in numbers. He has a personal net worth of $320 billion, making him one of the richest men in the world. He owns 6 companies. He has founded 9 companies in all. He's got a total market cap of all his companies combined of about $1.3 trillion. He's had 3 marriages. He currently has 12 children that we know of.
And you have Vivek Ramaswamy. It's taken people a long time, and now that name is emblazoned into their brain. But Vivek, wherever you may be, where are you, Vivek? Thank you, Vivek. Good. He's working with Elon on efficiency. They're working on efficiency, among other things, and they're going to be saving a lot of money and making our country stronger and better. And they'll be coming out with individual reports, but a big one toward the end. And you put those two together, it's going to be really great. So we look forward to seeing it, working with Elon, and that'll be a great experience. You're going to learn something from Elon, I think, right? It's going to be great. Thank you very much, Vivek. And great job. What you've done is fantastic. And oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he is. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks in Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up 2 weeks ago, and I saw that rocket, and I saw it coming down. I saw it. It was, when it left, it was beautiful, shiny white. When it came down, it didn't look so pretty. It was going 10,000 miles an hour, and it was burning like hell. I said, what happened to your paint job? He said, we've never made a paint that could withstand that kind of heat. And but I saw it come down and turn around. And it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that fire burning. And I'm saying, only Elon could do this. It must be an Elon. And I tell the story. I told it last night. I had a man on the phone. I had the screen muted, no sound. I was talking to a very important man, happens to be here. And that very important guy, one of the most important people in, I would say, the country, actually. But, you know, I was president, and now it looks like I was going to be maybe president again, so I figured I could ask him to hold. So I asked him to hold. And because, especially because you're going to be president again, they hold. So I took the phone down, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing this crazy thing that's going around and coming down. It looks like it's going to crash into the gantry. And I said, oh, no. And I said, do me a favor, do you mind holding for a couple of minutes? I want to see this. I thought it was a space-age movie or something. I put the phone down. Bad part, I didn't pick it up for 45 minutes, and he was holding. But this spaceship came down, and I saw those engines firing, and it looked like it was over. It was going to smash, and then I saw the fire pour out from the left side, and I put it straight. and it came down so gently, and then it wrapped those arms around it, and it held it, and just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby. And it was a beautiful thing to see, and I called Elon. I said, Elon, was that you? He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No. Nobody can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great. And you know, when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated, the water. This was a big water, as big as we've ever seen, water hurricane. It built lakes out of nothing. Fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system that's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives. But he's a character. He's a special guy. He's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them. We have to protect our super geniuses. I want to thank some of the guys. You know, we have up here today the U.S. Open champion. He's a fantastic golfer, slightly long.
Love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the warm welcome. It's good to be back in Milwaukee. This time last year, I was a candidate for U.S. president, and I'm proud to say that I achieved the impossible, which is that most of you actually know how to say my name by now. So thank you for that. It's good to be back. We're in the middle of a national identity crisis right now. Faith, patriotism, hard work, and family have disappeared, only to be replaced by race, gender, sexuality, and climate. But we're not going to win this election just by criticizing the other side. We're going to win this by standing for our own vision of who we really are. What does it mean to be a Republican in the year 2024? What does it mean to be an American in the year 2024? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. It means we believe in merit, that you get ahead in this country not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. It means we believe in the rule of law, and I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. That is why we will seal the southern border on day one. Thank you. It means the people who we elect to run the government ought to be the ones who actually run the government, not unelected bureaucrats in the deep state. These are not black ideas or white ideas. They are not even Democrat ideas or Republican ideas. They are American ideas that we fought a revolution to secure. And the man who will revive these ideals in the United States of America is your next president, the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. If you want to seal the border, vote Trump. If you want to restore law and order in this country, vote Trump. If you want to reignite the economy in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive national pride in this country, vote Trump. If you want to make America great again, vote Trump. But there is one more reason I'm going to ask you to vote Trump, and it's the most important one. It's the one the media won't talk about, but it's the truth. Donald Trump is the president who will actually unite this country, not through empty words, but through action. Because you know what? Success is unifying. Excellence is unifying. That's who we are as Americans. That's who we've always been. To those of you watching this at home tonight, I'd like to deliver a message that the media doesn't want you to hear from the Republican Party. Our message to black Americans is this. The media has tried to convince you for decades that Republicans don't care about your communities, but we do. We want for you what we want for every American. Safe neighborhoods, clean streets, good jobs, a better life for your children, and a justice system that treats everyone equally, regardless of your skin color and regardless of your political beliefs. Our message to every legal immigrant in this country is this. You're like my parents. You deserve the opportunity to secure a better life for your children in America. But our message to illegal immigrants is also this. We will return you to your country of origin, not because you're all bad people, but because you broke the law. And the United States of America was founded on the rule of law. Our message to millennials, speaking as one myself, yes, it's true. Our government sold us a false bill of goods with the Iraq War and the 2008 financial crisis, loading up our national debt that falls on our generation's shoulders, telling us that if we took out college loans, we'd somehow get a head start on the American dream when it hasn't worked out that way. But we can't just be cynical about our country because the United States of America is still the last best hope that we have, and we deserve a better class of politician, one who actually tells us the truth, even if it comes with some mean tweets from time to time. And our message to Gen Z is this. You're going to be the generation that actually saves this country. You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative. Say you want to get married, have kids, teach them to believe in God and pledge allegiance to their country. Because you know what? Fear has been infectious in this country, but courage can be contagious too. That too is what it means to be an American. And you know what? If you're at home and you disagree with everything I just said, our message to you is this. We will still defend to the death your right to say it, because that is who we are as Americans. We are the country where we can disagree like hell and still get together at the dinner table at the end of it. That is the America I know. That is the America we miss. We do not have to be ancient Rome. We don't have to be this nation in decline. We can still be a nation in our ascent. A nation whose best days, not in some fake politician way, but in a true way, a nation whose best days are actually still ahead of us. Still on our way to that shining city on a hill, that country where no matter who you are, or where your parents came from, or what your skin color is, or how long your last name is, that you will still get ahead in this country with your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication, and that you know what? You are free to speak your mind at every step of the way. That is the American dream. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War. That is what won us 2 world wars and the Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody in the world, not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China, is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about. And that is what we will revive this November when we send Donald J. Trump back to the White House. Thank you all. God bless you and your families. And may God bless our United States of America.
His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He created so many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot. Fight, fight, fight. Blood coming down the face. Now, America is the home of the brave. And there's no truer test than courage under fire. So who do you want representing America? Yeah, absolutely. And I think this election, I think it's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. You've got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting. I still can't believe that's real. So how are you supposed to have a proper election if there's no ID? It's just meaningless. And free speech is the bedrock of democracy. And if people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment. President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America. Yes. This is a must-win situation. Must win. So I have one ask for everyone in the audience, everyone who watches this video, everyone in the live stream. This one request. It's very important. Register to vote. Okay, and get everyone you know. And everyone you don't know, drag them to register to vote. There's only 2 days left to register to vote in Georgia and Arizona. 48 hours. Like, text people now. Now. And then make sure they actually do vote. If they don't, this will be the last election. That's my prediction. Nothing's more important. Nothing's more important. So get everyone you know. Everyone. So speaking to people out there, everyone in the crowd, I think, is already convinced. But for people out there that are watching the video, watching the live stream, you need to get everyone you know, at work, your friends, family, text groups, your social media, everything. Get them to register to vote right now. Only 2 days left for Georgia and Arizona. Only a couple weeks left in Pennsylvania. And if they're not registered to vote, it doesn't matter at that point. Register to vote. I'm being repetitive for a reason, okay? So nothing is more important. And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does, okay? It does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes. It's a tiny margin. So get everyone you know to register to vote. I believe that's swapthevote.com. I believe that's the site. And double check that your registration is good. Don't take it for granted. I'm just being repetitive about this point because it is the one takeaway, more than anything, that will matter is getting those registrations and then getting everyone you know to actually vote. That is what will decide this election, especially in Pennsylvania. So thank you, and honestly, you want to just be a pest. Just be a pest to everyone you know. People.
No one should put this many hours into work. This is not good. And people should not work this hard. They should not do this. It's very painful.
Painful in what sense?
It hurts my brain and my heart. So this is not recommended for anyone. I just did it because if I didn't do it, then Tesla, good chance Tesla would die.
I don't think you'd necessarily want to be me. It's very hard to turn it off all the time. It doesn't stop.
When I was young, I didn't really know what I was going to do when I got older.
I think when I was, 5 or 6 or something, I thought I was insane. Because it was clear that other people did not, their mind wasn't exploding with ideas. It was just strange. It was like, and strange.
Eventually I thought that the idea of inventing things would be really cool. The reason I thought that was because I read a quote from Arthur C. Clarke, which said that a sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And that's really true. If you go back, say, 300 years, the things that we take for granted today you'd be burned at the stake for. Being able to fly, that's crazy. Being able to see over long distances, being able to communicate. This is stuff that really would be considered magic in times past. If I can do some of those things, basically, if I can advance technology, that's like magic, and that would be really cool.
Were you a little naive when you thought I could easily build an electric car and a rocket?
I didn't think it would be easy. Like I said, I thought they would probably fail. But creating a company is almost like having a child. So it's sort of like, how do you say your child should not have food?
So once you have the company, you have to feed it and nurse it and take care of it, even if it ruins you.
Yeah.
But suppose there were some tough times in end of 2008. How did you get through that period of crisis?
Yeah.
2000 and...
Can we just break for a second?
Sure, of course. You want to wait a little while?
Yeah, sure hope it was worth it. Sure hope it was worth it.
One of the most difficult choices I ever faced in life was in 2008. I think I had maybe $30 million left, or $30 or $40 million left in 2008. I had two choices. I could put it all into one company, and then the other company would definitely die, or split it between the two companies. But if I split it between the two companies, then both might die. And when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating something, building something, it's like a child. And so it's like, which one
am I going to let one starve to death? I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I split the money between the two. Fortunately, thank goodness, they both came through.
You know, with Tesla, we're like trying to make things that people love. How many things can you buy that you really love, that really give you joy? So rare, so rare. I wish there were more things. That's what we try to do. Just make things that somebody loves. Yes, doing something useful for other people. That I like doing.
Generally, starting a business, I'd say number one is have a high pain threshold. That's it. There's a friend of mine who's got a good saying, which is that starting a company is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. That's generally what happens. Because when you first start a company, there's lots of optimism and things are great. And then, so happiness at first is high. Then you encounter all sorts of issues and happiness will steadily decline. And then you'll go through a whole world of hurt. And then eventually, if you succeed, and in most cases you will not succeed, and Tesla almost didn't succeed, came very close together, then if you succeed, then after a long time, you will finally get back to happiness.
And I want to know, what is the one thing that has surprised you about your life?
Well, I'm surprised by the whole thing, honestly. I certainly didn't expect for any of these things to happen, honestly. In fact, the only reason I started a company back in '95, an internet company, was because I couldn't get it. There were only a few internet companies, and I couldn't get a job at any of them. I tried to get a job at Netscape, and sent my resume in and tried hanging out in the lobby, but I was too shy to talk to anyone. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to start a company because I can't get a job anywhere. Really liking what you do, whatever area that you get into. Given that, even if you're the best, there's always a chance of failure. So I think it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short. If you like what you're doing, you think about it even when you're not working. It's something that your mind is drawn to. And if you don't like it, you just really can't make it work, I think. Well, you want to do, particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? When my brother and I were starting our first company, I didn't have any money. In fact, I had negative money. I had huge student debts. In fact, I couldn't afford a place to stay and an office. So instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA. And there was an ISP on the floor below us, just a little tiny ISP. And we drilled a hole through the floor and connected a non-modem cable. That gave us our internet connectivity for like $100 a month. And we're so hard up, we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night. 7 days a week, all the time. And I briefly had a girlfriend in that period, and in order to be with me, she had to sleep in the office. So work hard, every waking hour. That's the thing I would say, particularly if you're starting a company. It's very important to actively seek out and listen very carefully to negative feedback. And this is something that people tend to avoid because it's painful. When friends get a product, I say, look, don't tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Otherwise, your friend is not going to tell you what he doesn't like. Right. It's going to say, oh, I love this and that, and then leave out this is the stuff I don't like list. And sometimes even your enemies give you good negative feedback. So I actually went to Russia 3 times to look at buying a refurbished ICBM. I can tell you it was very weird going there in late 2001, 2002, going to the Russian rocket forces and saying, I'd like to buy 2 of your biggest rockets. They thought I was crazy, but I did have money, so that was okay. One good friend of mine collected a whole series of videos of rockets blowing up and made me watch those. He just didn't want me to lose all my money. For SpaceX, the first 3 launches failed. We're just barely able to scrape together enough parts and money to do the 4th launch. If that 4th launch had failed, we would have been dead. I tried very hard to get the right expertise in for SpaceX. I tried hard to find a great chief engineer for the rocket, but the good chief engineers wouldn't join, and the bad ones, well, there was no point in hiring them. So I ended up being chief engineer of the rocket. So if I could have found somebody better, then we would have maybe had less than 3 failures.
When you had that 3rd failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
I mean, I'd have to be dead or really incapacitated.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, yeah. Those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So I'm hoping they would.
When critics say you can't do this, your answer to them is,
we've done it.
Just relax. We have a man who has a seriously high IQ. You know, I'm a person that believes in high IQs, and his is about as high as they get. He launched a rocket 3 weeks ago, and then he went to Pennsylvania to campaign because he considered this more important than launching rockets that cost billions of dollars. Elon Musk. Elon. What a job. What a job he does. He's a great, and he happens to be a really good guy. You know, he likes this place. I can't get him out of here. He just likes this place. And you know what? I like having him here, too. He's good. He's done a fantastic job. Really an incredible mind, and he's an unbelievable entrepreneur, sort of everything. I'm asking him, what do you do best? And we were not able to figure it out, but it's a lot of things. Another one who's another great mind and a great guy and so popular, and I think he's right. He wants to make people healthy. It's driven him pretty wild over the last number of years, and the Democrats didn't treat him well. He was doing fantastically well, and I think they came out with some rule that you had to do this, Mike. You had to get 70 or 75% of the vote to qualify to be in the primary. That was a pretty tough thing to get. And he was doing incredibly well, and he decided he can't do it, went independent. Now he's with us all the way. And today I nominated him for, I guess, if you like health and if you like people that live a long time, it's the most important position, RFK Jr. Bobby? Good. And I just looked at the news reports. People like you, Bobby. Don't get too popular, Bobby. Oh. You know, you've reached about the level. Now, we want you to come up with things and ideas and what you've been talking about for a long time. And I think you're going to do some unbelievable thing. Nobody's going to be able to do it like you. And boy, does he feel it in his heart. So congratulations also to your family. And a woman who was a Democrat and was an independent, she went independent, and last week she said, I want to... We've been through so much together, and today you showed up in record numbers to deliver a victory. Like really, I'd probably like no other. This was something special, and we're gonna pay you back. We're gonna do the best job. We're gonna turn it around. It's got to be turned around. It's got to be turned around fast, and we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna do it in every way, with so many ways, but we're gonna do it in every way. This will forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country. So I just want to say that on behalf of this great group of people, these are hard-working people. These are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came in. And he's going to help make America healthy again. And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but, Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can do. Nobody else is going to be able to do it. China doesn't have what we have. Nobody has what we have. But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing. His campaign has been so historic in so many ways. We've built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight, when you think. I mean, I was looking at it. I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all quarters, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had everybody, and it was beautiful. It was a historic realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want to have borders. We want to have security. We want to have things be good, safe. We want great education. We want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time. But we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. But this is also a massive victory for democracy and for freedom. Together, we're going to unlock America's glorious destiny, and we're going to achieve the most incredible future for our people. Yesterday, as I stood at my last stop on the campaign trail, I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? I think we've done 900 rallies approximately from them. Can you imagine? 901, something, a lot of rallies. And it was sad. Everybody was sad. Many people, I said, this is our last rally. But now we're going on to something that's far more important, because the rallies were used for us to be put in this position where we can really help our country. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world.